And we are live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special edition of MovieCast, where we are going to break down everything that has happened during the Apple event this morning. Tim Cook came out. He laid out a whole bunch of new, but more importantly, he finally gave about the Apple TV and a slew of shows that's coming. Thank you very much. I am joined by Mr. Richard Bailey Jr. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me on. A very interesting show today, I guess you could say, but we'll see. We'll see about that as we discuss it further.
Indeed. It is a very interesting situation that's going on. Poor Netflix, poor Amazon, poor BET Plus, because many people don't seem to remember, nor do they possibly care, that BET Plus has their own streaming service that they just announced all of the stuff yesterday, including price points, and then Apple TV just came and bulldozed the news and released a huge bomb on anyone who was like, "Oh, I don't need another streaming service." So I've right in about all of the goodiness that is coming in just a handful of months, like literally kind of less than 2 months. Ready, Mr. Bailey?
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of things here you don't know, and even I was like, I fainted at one time.
What's that?
I said I fainted one time, like when I heard there was a piece of news that I just heard that there's a lot of retellings and rebootings that's happening. So I'm very excited. I don't know whether or not I'll still get it, but I'm still very excited for what's been announced. So, as I said, they have basically announced a slew of TV shows, documentaries, and movies that is coming to the Apple TV Plus. Because not everything is a plus. Apple TV Plus. So you get that extra boost. Even there's a Hallmark Channel Plus. Did you know that Hallmark has their own streaming service?
Well, I definitely didn't hear anything about that.
It's like the battle of streaming services, which is weird. It seems like everything is just moved from TV to streaming. And I know that originally it was supposed to be so that it'll be cheaper alternative to cable. But once you start adding up all these different streaming services, you're going to be just as broke as you was when you had cable. So let's just all break this down. It starts off with Apple, as you already know, is a huge moneymaker. What they have done is they spending $6 billion, not million, but billion with a B. Decided that they're gonna just basically buy every huge Hollywood star that has ever existed to create content for their streaming service. Now it's going to launch on November 1st.
Uh-oh.
So we don't have to wait until 2022, 2021 for all these shows. There's a slew of shows that is going to announce that are dropping on unannounced. They're dropping on announced. Dropping on launch, which is November 1st. But here is the kicker. It will all be for $4.99 a month. It's the huge news right there. This also undercuts Disney Plus,
Uh-oh.
which is, yeah. So Disney
So,
Plus is, yeah.
so I do have a comment to make on that. Well, I know that you have a list of all of the stuff that Apple has come into the service. I will say it. I do think it is a good. It was a good decision to make the service affordable for everybody. But I I do have some other things to say because I also know that they announced the Apple Arcade today as well. which is also $5. I really wish that Apple would have bundled that and this service together for either that price or maybe a little bit more, because it's too many options. Uh, as you already mentioned, there are too many services that are being offered. I think Apple could have simplified that. If there's somebody that wants Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus, they should have tried to bundle that together, maybe for $6 or $7, as opposed to having the two separate services. But maybe they will consider that in the future if they find that there are people that they really love both services. Then they may consider doing that. But still, $5 a month for the entertainment, that is not bad. And if I was Netflix, I would be very concerned about the competition moving forward.
I mean, poor Netflix. If you just look at it overall, streaming, and that is not even including like there's a bonus as well. So anybody who buys a new Apple gadget, their TV, the Apple, the Mac, an iPhone, anything, the Apple gadget, not like, yo, I just bought some headphones, but like the actual gadgets, or even the Apple Watch, which to me was really impressive. They had a huge presentation. It was just, but anyone who buys a product between now and they didn't have an end date, you will be able to get a year of the Apple's TV service.
Wow. Well, that's a big deal. I didn't know
That's
that
your
information.
bundle. That would be your bundle package. You buy anything, Now, granted, if you went through the Apple phones, for example, I think the highest one is 10,099. Not I said 10,000. $1,099. You're paying a lot, but you get that Apple TV subscription thrown in there. So that is a good thing. But it is also another bonus that they add. If it's you or me, anybody who is not going to go out of their way to buy, say, the Apple Watch or an iMac or whatever type of that they sell, you will be able to qualify for a 7-day free day trial. A 7-day free day. Wow. A 7-day free trial. I have not had my coffee tonight. But that would be like the incentive and the bonus. You can kind of consider it your bundle package. You got your new Apple Watch and your Apple TV Plus.
Well,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I definitely would say, as someone who has been a Mac owner for a long time, that is a good bonus for somebody that decides to buy a Mac, because already the Macs are ridiculously expensive. So it's good to hear that they are throwing in some type of bonus, because those computers can get very pricey. Same for the iPads, the iPhones, all of that stuff can get up there in price. So good that they are at least offering that as a added bonus. So I give them props on that.
To get a breakdown, for example, of all of the different services and how they were able to compete with everyone. You have the Apple TV, like I said, was $4.99, and their bundle thing is the free year with a purchase of a new device. You have the ESPN Plus, that's also $4.99. For Hulu with the ads, that's $5.99. CBS All Access is also $5.99. If you just get the Disney Plus, that's $6.99. Which I know you love watching Power. We have a Power cast that we do every Sunday. That is $8.99. Showtime, Hulu with no ads is $11.99 per month. This is with the no ads, with no ads. Netflix, which is their most popular plan, which also includes multiple different devices, is $12.99. Amazon Prime is $12.99. And HBO is $14.99. So even if you was to have everything all together, you would end up with $70 per month. Not including if you wanted the WWE network.
Hell no.
And the upcoming and the upcoming BET Plus program, which is bugging with their $9.99 service. Yeah. So that's how it breaks down. And also remember, Apple has a lot to have that wiggle room for $5 a month.
Yeah.
Which
Uh,
called corporation.
well, now when you break it down like that, yeah, Apple definitely. That's an excellent price point. Uh, Netflix really does. You know, I know they have some things that are coming to the surface that I'm certainly interested in seeing, but they have to be. I'm really curious to see how they are going to respond to this stuff because I did see that the stock has continued to drop over with Netflix. Um, so I'm very curious to see how they are going to react. Obviously, they still have shows like The Witcher. They still have the Breaking Bad El Camino movie that's also going to be coming to the service. So they definitely have some things that people are going to be interested in. But the long term goal, I mean, because again, today with the Apple presentation, we saw a preview of some stuff that's coming. So Netflix, I need to see more to know why this is a service that I need to definitely stay subscribed to moving forward.
This
So,
is also why they brought up a lot of writers and made them, they paid them $100 million. Preparing for Disney Plus, I don't think that they fully knew that Apple was coming
oh yeah, no,
to
they,
like snatch everyone's souls.
oh yeah, they.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I wish that I could be a fly on the wall when Apple announced that price. What the Netflix reaction was? What were they like? What $5.99? How $5? How are they able to do that? I really wish I could have been at Netflix and was able to see that reaction because it could not have been a positive meeting after that. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, that would have definitely been very interesting to see. Because yeah, it's a hot mess right now. It's a battle, and also coming up we have the service coming up. The rumor is that it's going to be between $15 to $18 per month. That's the rumor. We don't know a number yet. Also, there's HBO Max, which remember is tying everything that's Warner Brother related, and remember the DC kind of universe
Yeah,
shuffled over to HBO Max, and they haven't released any date for that, but pretty big too, and they're preparing all of their shows. So yeah, poor Netflix. I really do feel really sad for Amazon.
well, you
Aside from the boys,
you said Amazon is $12.99 also, correct?
right, but you see what that is. They kind of bundled their entire Amazon website with the their streaming service.
Yeah,
Or not, they would end up losing a lot of money because if people like their Amazon Prime, just you get the free shipping. You get all the Prime deals when that happens if their deals are any good.
exactly, exactly.
Have really great incentives, so they might be okay considering that they have the whole website is bundled in together. And then also remember, I don't know if you know, but we there it's connected to Whole Foods. You get Whole Food discounts.
Oh yeah, I definitely have seen them when I went to Whole Foods. They do have the packaging. You're able to do some deliveries and stuff there too. So yeah, that's very lucrative for them. No,
I was
no doubt about
excited
it. Well, say what?
for like I was excited. They had the greens regular price was like $2, and with your Amazon Prime you get it for $1.50. I was like, I saved 50 cents today. Thank you, Amazon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's been crazy. But yeah, I guess kind of feel sorry for Netflix. But Netflix, they have to start rolling out the shows that they actually brought these writers in for. Shonda Rhimes, Ryan Murphy, so we got to wait and see for how they're going to handle it. But right now, they're in a we better think of something phase.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they absolutely need to. They got to be ready. So I'll be very curious to see how they react.
So people who are able to, who want to get the service, this is everything that you can expect. Apple TV will offer the ability to download all of their original shows to watch offline. So that's pretty awesome as well. This is all for $5. It's
Wow.
not a tier system. So you'll be able to watch it either online or you could download and watch all your shows offline. So far, there are 9 confirmed titles that will be at launch. And that launch, remember, is November 1st. And the company also specified that 5 other shows will be added in the following months. So most Apple TV Plus series will premiere with 3 episodes available immediately,
Hmm. Okay.
followed by 1 episode weekly. Some seasons, some series will have full seasons that are available, all at once. So you can binge those, but not all of them.
That's good.
Switching it up, that's kind of not bad. I know Netflix they announced that with some of their shows because they want people to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Honest, like when Daredevil dropped, did that one day, and then the next day it was like, oh, there's nothing to watch. So they want to make sure that you have stuff to watch.
Yeah. That's smart. And I believe you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Hulu was doing this now for the Wu-Tang show, right? Where it's a new episode
They do
every
that
week.
for a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do every Wednesday you have a new episode of the Wu-Tang,
Awesome. Yeah. That's
which
cool.
is a great show, by the way. It's beyond wonderful. Such a um so this is they released a bunch of trailers, they released a bunch of announcements. So this is some of the offerings that they have. The first one, which they kind of kept under wraps for a little while, there were some rumors about it, and this is called SEE. It stars Jason Momoa. Oh, it was about 15 million per episode. So
Whoa.
remember, again, they have the money. And if you watch the presentation, remember how they was touting out that their new upcoming iPhone 11, the Max and the Pros were kind of made for Tyrion or a filmmaker.
Yep. I saw that footage. Yep.
Shows were filmed on, an iPhone. Who knows? I know the Florida Project that you like very much. That was filmed on an iPhone.
Hmm.
Also, a very beautiful show it was a movie called Tangerine. That was an iPhone. So, $15 million it costs per episode. And it is a post apocalyptic thriller, like I said, starring Jason Momoa. It is about it takes place in the future. And a man named Baba Voss. Baba. He is a warrior in the far distant future in which human beings have long since lost their sense of sight after a virus nearly destroyed all of mankind. But by Baba's time period, people have been blinded for so long that the concept of sight has just been reduced to legend. When he fathers twins, they end up having the gift of vision. And this ends up scaring the town people. And they fear that this will end up bringing a dark curse upon the town and people will die. And so they've decided that they have to kill the children. The town folks has decided this. However, Baba, Jason Momoa, was like, oh, heck no, you're not getting my kids. So he has to fight to protect them from a queen and the town who wants to destroy them. So it ends up splitting the town and they have to end up fighting against each other. And it also stars Alfre Woodward. She stars as Paris. She is an advisor and a priestess. And if you like your post-apocalyptic thrillers at all, and again, it looked really, really beautiful. They had a whole trailer for it and really nice. Like if I was ordering the service, I would look forward to that. And this is available again at launch on November 1st.
Well,
Bad, Jason Momoa is mad at that.
oh no. So after seeing this trailer, I definitely could see where you said 15 million per episode. Yeah, yeah. So
It doesn't look cheap. Like people are coming out with the big money.
yeah,
Either it looks really well made, um, and it has a lot of people of color in it, so diversity everywhere. That's also a huge thing at all. Um, Available at launch. This has been one of the most talked about shows. It's called The Morning Show, based on a book about a. It's about a woman played by Jennifer Aniston, and she is a morning news broadcast, and she has to and also deliver the news that her boss, played by Steve Carell, has basically been sexually harassing a slew of women.
oh,
They have to get rid of him because yay, Me Too movement, and don't sexually assault anyone. It's not right. Steve Carell, who plays the boss, is convinced that he is innocent and that he is going to see the light of day and then be able to come back to work. However, everything goes to complete poop and they're out to get him. It doesn't say whether or not he is guilty of this, but it is not looking very good.
uh-oh.
So also on top of that, the network has to, they're moving around a lot of different people. So is was originally like the number two. She thinks that she's gonna about to be the number one. But it seems that the higher ups are more interested in hiring fresh blood. And that nice new young blood happens to be played by Reese Witherspoon, and she is a reporter by the name of Bradley Johnson. That, if you like, who this is one of her first TV shows since doing Friends, and Friends ended a long time ago.
Hmm. Well, it sounds interesting.
All right. So another one is called Dickinson. It will star Haley Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld is having a really great career because she is also rumored to be playing Kate Bishop over on Disney Plus, and now she's on Apple TV Plus.
Uh-oh.
So A plus to her. It is a half-hour comedy. The early
So what?
life, who, if you don't know, is what she feels is her one purpose in life, and she has to just start writing. So it's about following her career and being really sassy of age story, but they modernized it. It feels like it's very real. Like only 30 minutes. It's a half an hour, like I said. Not bad at all. Another one is For All Mankind. This one was produced by the people who did Battlestar.
Wait, you were cutting out for a second. Repeat that. Continue.
You sleep.
All right. Yeah, it was cutting out for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
So, Snoopy in Space, coming to Apple TV. And finally, they won all the rights. This is all dropping on November 1st. So, it stars the iconic Peanuts franchise, and it is the first series that will deal with Snoopy. And it follows Snoopy and his dreams of wanting to become an astronaut. So it's for the kids. or the adults, whoever loves Snoopy, and together with the entire Peanuts gang and Charlie Brown, they take command of the International Space Station and they explore the moon and beyond. And it also teaches you about space. So it's an educational entertainment show. Very adorable.
Yeah.
Yay. You're like, yeah. Okay. So moving on, we have a documentary now. It's called The Elephant Queen. This is going to be narrated by Chinua Ejiofor, who 12 Years a Slave. He was the guy who played the slave in 12 Years a Slave. And this is a documentary film that follows Victoria Stone and Mark Deebley's journey tracking an elephant matriarch named Athena, who risks taking her family in search of food and water after their watering hole dries up. Mama.
Sounds interesting.
They're coming for National Geographic. They're like, yeah, we're coming for Disney too. Boom. Take a look at our elephants. No, this that they announced for me, and I know for you because you watched too. The floor and I fainted because we have a lot of reboots that's coming around. You know, they're rebooting everything now. They just announced they're rebooting Face Off. Not on Apple TV for Paramount, but wondering and thinking, you know, it was really a great show when I was a kid.
What's that?
Remember Ghostwriter?
Yes.
Ghost, and he would write in the notebook and you would solve the clues going on. Well, this is a reimagined series. Ghostwriter. So it follows 4 kids who are brought together by a mysterious ghost in their local bookstore. They must team up to release fictional characters. Literature. It was kind of the same Ghostwriter theme, I believe. Not sure if they solve like murder mysteries.
Oh yeah.
It really was like the 90s, but this seems amazing. It is going to be written and directed by Luke Matthew. And this is kind of cool because the ghost is he's haunting the neighborhood bookstore, and he starts releasing all the fictional characters in the real world, and all the teams have to solve different mysteries because the ghosts have unfinished business. And they have like secret messages that only they can see. Remember, there was the ghostwriter with the pen or something and like the ink?
Yeah.
Because he was the ghost. So, there you go. I like it. I'm excited.
That's probably one show that I definitely am most interested in checking out because of I grew up on Ghostwriter, so I'm familiar with that. So I'm curious to see how they handle that. But that's something to look forward to for sure.
My childhood, I was wondering what happened to Ghostwriter, but they're doing. So yeah, and the cast is diverse. The original cast was diverse, so they're bringing back diversity. PBS was ahead of its time, just way ahead of its time.
Absolutely.
So we have another series. It's called Helpsters. It's a children's series from the makers of Sesame Street. And it follows Cody and a team of vibrant monsters who love to help solve problems, and it all starts with a plan. What that plan is, I don't know. Plan. It's for the children. So now moving in for the adult. They got Miss Oprah Winfrey. Honey. Because, you know, they're worth billions of dollars. And Oprah's worth billions of dollars. So they're like, let's combine our billions of dollars. So Oprah will end up producing an array of content for Apple TV. She's just doing a whole bunch of stuff. That includes 2 documentaries. It will focus on sexual assault. And the other one will focus on mental health. She has also decided to bring back Oprah's Book Club, which was a huge thing during her TV show in the original run. Bring back her book club, which, is just, remember James Fry?
Yeah.
When she blessed him out on national TV that he lied about the book and that the contents was actually fake and it wasn't a memoir.
Yeah.
Get, another fake author and all the juiciness behind that. Get back. I'm excited. She's making sure we read and we stay educated for her. Now, these are all the films. Then they announced a bunch of stuff that's coming a little bit later. That I mentioned before, they will be available on November 1st, the launch date. Available down the line. Once Upon a Time, revival of Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories that came back all the way from the 80s. It is going to be created by Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsit, people who originally did. Remember the ABC show Once Upon a Time with all like the fairy tales and all the. This, however, is not really fairy tales and the adventures, but they're bringing it back for like that very magical element, which is really interesting because if you look, they're Disney writers and they had a Disney show that was supposed to air during the whole Disney Plus launch, but it ended up not coming. Canceled the show because a lot of the creative differences. But like I said, this is a remake of the original series that aired in 1985 to 1987 on NBC. And it told tales of wonder and horror. It was kind of very similar to The Twilight Zone. And people like John Lithgow, Kendra Cedric, Keith Sutherland, Kevin Costner, Mark Hamilton, Harvey Keitel.
Oh, yeah.
This one, they're going to bring it back for 10 episodes. There really isn't much information dropped about it. We don't know what the huge differences are going to be, but I guess it's going to be, again, about amazing random stories that happen to baffle the mind. Like that is something you will look forward to. And Steven Spielberg, I'm pretty sure he'll really be along helping. So moving on is called The Banker. Now this is a movie. It's inspired by a true story, and it will star Mr. Nick Fury and Falcon, Anthony Mackie and Samuel L. Jackson. Yay.
Yeah.
There are two African-American entrepreneurs who try to circumvent the racial limitations of the 1950s and quietly provide housing loans to the African-American community in Jim Crow, Texas. It will also star Miss Linnea Long, Holt, who played Beast in your favorite movie, that Dark Phoenix movie that you love so much.
Oh no!
Terrible, but that it's coming out, and it's based on Troy. And those who don't know, back in the day, a lot of African Americans, they were denied loans because if they wanted to get a house or start a new business, they was denied it because of they were black, and it was a lot of discrimination that was done. So they decided, you know what, we have the money. Service to the African American community and kind of the backlash that they received behind that. So another one is called Calls. It is a 10-minute episode. They're 10-minute episodes, and they tell the story of disaster through audio recording, like an airplane black box or voicemail or 911. It originated from the French. It was a French TV show, and they're adapting the series. Kind of think of it as Fox's 911, but all of 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
That. Another one is called Central Park, and this is an animated music comedy from Bob's Burgers creator Lauren Bouchard. and it is going to star Josh Gad, Christian Bell, and Titus Burgess. It's basically about a family of caretakers who live and work in Central Park and end up saving the park and the world. Bob's Burgers to do it. This one is called Defending Jacob. Now, this is what I'm kind of excited for. It's based on a book, which I have not read, but I have it somewhere in my house. Anyway, Defending Jacob, it tells the story of a district attorney who must come to terms with the accusation that his 14-year-old son is a murderer. It will be executive produced by Chris Evans, and he will also play the father. America, doing things. Yeah. Jacob will be played by its star Jaden Martell. So, if you like room dramas and your thrillers, you have that. Moving on is The Foundation, which is another adaptation of the very groundbreaking science fiction trilogy by Isaac Asimov, which I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. It will be worked with Josh Friedman, who also worked with James Cameron on the Avatar sequels that will never see the light of day, but they're going to still continue on thinking that they're releasing them. It will also be executive produced by David S. Goyer, who is known for Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Okay. We have Hala, which is a film. It follows a high school senior struggling to balance being a suburban teenager with her traditional Muslim upbringing. So, yay diversity.
Yes.
Yes. Home is a 10 one-hour documentary episodes that offer viewers a never-before-seen look inside the world of the most extraordinary homes and the mind of people who build them. This will make me depressed because I'm poor, and I'm pretty sure that these homes are this very luxurious. This one seems to be the most exciting. It's called Little America, and it is by the people who did The Big Sick, Kumail Nanjiani and Emily Gordon. The Big Sick was a fantastic film. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. But this is a half-an-hour anthology series about immigrants, and it's going to be based on true stories that came from Epic Magazine. Yeah. So it's all about what it's like to live in America, told through the eyes of various immigrants.
That's
timely. Good. So J.J. Abrams is also a part of the whole Apple TV, and his show is called Little Voice. It brings new music from Sarah Bareilles, who currently starred on Waitress, the musical, Broadway. It is a love letter to diverse musicality of New York. So if you're someone who loves music, who loves all different genres of music, this would probably be the show for you. It explores how New York City has created its music, all of the various sounds, all the different people that have come out of New York City who have become singers. Losing Earth is a series that's based on a New York Times Magazine feature called Losing Earth, the Decade of Climate Change. And it is an entire that is about a small team of scientists, activists, and politicians who try to stop climate change while there is still time. So it's kind of timely. Believe in climate change and that we need to make that change.
Oh, yes. We definitely need to do that.
You said definitely. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's still acting. He is going to be in Mr. Corman. It is a drama. He's also writing and executive producer of it. It's about an elementary school teacher grappling with adulthood in Los Angeles. And might be most exciting is that he is going to work alongside with his he has a huge hit record recording company, and it's going to help produce the film along with A24 Studios. So he's working with a lot of different studios to help write and executive produce series about what it's like to be also come into adulthood.
Hmm.
Also, another J.J. Abrams project called My Glory, I Had Such Friends. It also will have Jennifer Garner in it. Don't know, J.J. Abrams and Jennifer Garner. They came together to create Alias back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
It is a very lovely, lovely show. This, however, will be a limited series, and it's based on a memoir of the same title, which is about the group of women who come together to support Silverstein through getting a second life-saving heart transplant. Oh. Garner will also serve as the executive producer on the project, but it does not have an episode count yet, so we don't know how many episodes it's going to be. It's very heartwarming with her heart transplant. Maybe there'll be some drama. Hopefully it'll be interesting. On the Rocks is a film that is going to star Bill Murray, Sofia Coppola. It's called On the Rocks. Finds a young mom, not a young man, a young mom played by Rashida Jones, she's also starring in it, will reconnect with her larger-than-life playboy dad for a thrill ride in New York. I don't know exactly what that means. Moving on, we have Panchico, which is also a lot of novels are being adapted, but it's based on a novel by Ming Jing Lee. The series chronicles 4 generations of Korean immigrant family, following their story from Korea to Japan and finally to America. Diversity we have. There is also Shantaram, which stars Lin as a bank robber and heroin addict who escapes from an Australian prison, disappears into India's underground. He tries to fight his way out of poverty. More like one of those heartwarming shows. So this one might be a little bit interesting. It's called Swagger. It's inspired by the life of NBA superstars. This is your favorite NBA player ever.
Well, who was that?
Swagger will look back at his experience playing basketball in the Amateur Athletic Union, exploring the world of youth basketball, the lives of the players, their families, and their coaches. So I'm a Kevin Durant fan. Got NBA 2K20 just so you can play.
Oh no, I don't know about that.
It's okay. You can admit your love. All right. Wakiki, what I cannot pronounce this man's name, but Taika, the director of Thor.
Yeah.
Rock. Remember the upcoming Thor, God of Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
It's directed by him. It is a time-traveling adventure comedy who gets ensnared with a troupe of thieves as they hop across history to steal treasure. So this will be the national treasure that we always wanted.
Okay.
Reboot. It sounds very much similar to National Treasure, be a younger version. But they will hop across America, steal rare various treasures, and they're always on the run from a supreme being from whom they've stolen a time map from. So it will add a lot of fantasy to it. We have also, truth be told, this again is another adaptation. People are not original anymore. They just have to adapt everything. This one will star Octavia Spencer. So
Oh, okay.
and Aaron Paul,
Yep. Hmm.
explores Americans' obsession with true crime podcasts and navigates current privacy, media, and race concerns. Spencer will play a reporter whose life is unraveled after a hit podcast reopens a long closed murder case. So if you're a fan of podcasts like Serial,
Yeah.
I believe they adapted into something, um, this would be lines. Then Captain America. No, nope, not Captain America. I'm thinking of Captain Marvel is getting her own show. It's an untitled Brie Larson CIA series. So she will play a CIA agent. It's described as a drama that is based on the real life experiences of CIA undercover operative Amaryllis Fox, who is briefly imprisoned for her work with the Burmese Democratic Movement. Fox also spent time in Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service, where she developed an algorithm to detect terrorist activity, giving her an in with the CIA. So you can see there's a different variety of shows that's coming to the network.
And most of these shows are all going to be available November 1st.
Most of the shows will be available. Like 10 of them will be available, and the rest are they're in development.
Okay.
How we have to wait into 2021 for Disney Plus to really start kicking.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
It's true.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. This is absolutely true, especially if you're a Marvel fan.
Probably why they gave you the 3 years. I mean,
Yeah.
Loki doesn't come out until like what, 2022?
Yeah.
Way to be alive. But yeah. Then they have other shows that's about a preteen journalist. It's a 10 episode series that follows a girl who moves to a small town, uncovering a cold case in the community. The show that is 10 episodes. Seems like a lot of them are going to just be 10 episodes. Um, It comes from Simon Kingberg. Those who don't know Simon Kingberg and David Well, they are known for their work on the X-Men film franchise. This one, however, is it's about an upcoming Nazi hunter series. It's called The Hunt, which will star Al Pacino and is also executive produced. And there is a video game workplace comedy that is by the people who did Always It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It will star Charlie Day. Um, Basically, he will be joined by F. Murray Adams, a bunch of other people, and this is about a happy Dana. He's a charming, studious game tester who loves nothing more than games.
Yeah. Then you cut out again.
Native girl runs with them. Lastly, we have a TV series starring Kristen Wiig. Is inspired by Curtis Sittingfield, who is a writer. She did a bunch of short stories called You Think I'll Say It," about a woman trying to navigate the world. So there's a lot of different services that get together to make this whole streaming platform. It's $5. Should be more money. So far it's not a bad thing that they're doing.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Um, I will say this, although there were several shows that were announced in development, and they are planning to release on day one. Um, I think we all know that not every show will be good, but I appreciate the effort. So we'll see which shows are good and which ones will were not didn't work out so well.
Yeah, that's also true. I mean, we have to we'll see what doesn't get canceled because, for example, Netflix is known for canceling everything.
Oh yeah, and with all the money, the budgets that they're putting into these shows, I'm pretty sure that Apple will also be aware of if a show is not working out, then they may also have to cancel it too. So we'll see how that pans out. But I will say again, yes, for $5, seems as though they are providing a good value and they have enough shows for different types of audiences. So should be a success, but we shall see.
It also did say this that it will launch on November 1st with more than 100 countries and regions.
Oh, whoa.
So, yes, they said the originals will be subtitled or dubbed in nearly 40 languages, including closed caption for people who are hearing impaired.
That's good.
It will also their series and movies will be available with audio descriptions in 8 languages. You will be able to stream it on all Apple devices with the new Apple TV app. In addition, Apple TV Plus will be available on some competitors' devices, such as smart TVs from Samsung.
Uh oh.
Later this year, it will be available for Roku, Amazon Fire TV devices, smart TVs from Sony, LG, and Vizio. Subscribers will also be able to watch Apple TV on their web, apple.com. So I guess you don't have to worry about having to buy an actual Apple TV device. Very good. They did not mention anything about Netflix, I said Netflix, about PlayStation or Xbox. That would be very interesting. I hope that they do that. Until then, you have the website. So if you have a computer
Yeah.
that is not a Mac, that would be very good too. Like I said, it will have a slew of titles that will be added within the months. So you're not going to wait years like Loki, Vision,
Yeah.
and all of the upcoming movies. Within the year, we'll have a lot of other TV shows, originals that they have not announced. Mystic Quest, which they kind of teased during E3, which was weird.
Yeah.
We don't exactly have a release date for that. Don't know how much Apple will have in the films, but this is so far it's just like the first round. They did partner with A24, which is known for their movies like Ex Machina and Moonlight and Room. Will end up, creating a lot of other content, and they can bring in other people because of that. A lot of their shows so far has debuted at the Toronto Film Festival, some as much as last year. So people have been able to test it and see whether or not it sucked. Yeah, so it will be okay. It's pretty good money so far. It beats out. I think they directly went to attack Disney Plus with that price tag. It's like, no, screw your 7. We're going 5.
Well,
yeah.
I certainly appreciate the competition back and forth. I will say this though. I'm definitely going to try out the Apple service to see how it is. But as a fan of Marvel, and with someone with an interest in the Star Wars, in some of the Star Wars properties, not all of them. I think Disney definitely has convinced me I need to get that service at launch now. But hey, we'll see what happens. Cause
we'll see. I mean, Disney has been having a lot of different deals and sales Remember, there was a 3 year for $140.
Yeah.
There's another one if you're a Disney Discover card. That one it runs up to around $3 a month. The main reason why Apple, because people are like, why is everybody doing this? Who needs an Apple TV to have a service?
Uh-oh.
It's very smart what their strategy is. Their goal, as I believe, is that it ends up selling more iPhones and gadgets.
Yeah.
Easier for you to stream these things, and it will give you more of an incentive to buy. Remember, they're giving away practically 1 year subscriptions if you buy any new product. Doesn't even like they, and that's going to cost them a lot of money. Apple is the first U.S. company that's worth $1 trillion. The T, a trillion. So something like, oh, let's spend 16 billion to create all this different content is nothing to them.
Absolutely.
Oh, they're seeing the larger picture. They're seeing the people who, watch the Snoopy, oh, let me go get that Apple Watch so I can watch it on there. They did have they announced that there is a goal, and they want to double their service. With all of this, that they want to have a revenue of $50 billion before 2021. So this is what they're hoping to help drum up the sales. $50 billion by 2021, which is in like what, 2 years?
Well, they can certainly get to that number. However, I will say it all depends on if they are using this service to sell more hardware, etc. Then the shows have to be of good quality. We do know that C looks fantastic visually. Um, how the story and everything else comes together, we need to see that. But in order to have those aspirations, this is similar to, if you're talking about a video game console, the software is what will ultimately push more consoles. So these shows definitely got to be of a high quality in order to, if they're trying to sell more, whether it's the computers or iPhone or iPad, then yeah, without a doubt, these shows they got to deliver with this. So I'm very curious to see. But again, that $5 price point, that's an excellent price. So yeah, they definitely have my interest.
That was a. If you look at this stuff alone, it being the $14 a month. But yeah, that $5, it just pushes it more. Undercut Disney. I don't feel that they would end up surpassing them. At the moment, they're pretty. They I mean,
Yeah, I definitely agree. Only because yeah, Disney does have the name brand franchises. Like I said, Star Wars, and you have Marvel. So they absolutely may not surpass Disney because of that, but they do have a position. They're in a position where they can create these new series that could become something that the Apple service is known for. So that's why I said it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this pans out over time. Because yeah, we might be having a totally different conversation a year from now and say, oh, Apple TV Plus is just dominant, But we'll see about that.
it's everywhere. Well, it dominated music streaming, and it's like number one with that.
Oh yeah,
So we shall see. It's a simple transition. TV, and they have a lot of heavy hitters. You have Steven Spielberg and J.J. Abrams
oh yeah,
of the Marvel people and Disney people also. So they know what they're doing when it comes to hiring. I just hope that their stuff is. We've seen a lot of overhyped stuff, and it sucked. So
absolutely.
yeah, the nostalgia is what Disney has going for it. People freaked out, for example, during that Lizzie McGuire reboot. Oh yes, she's 30 with no kids, living in New York City. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
shall see. Oh, thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Is there any final words you would like to say, Mr. Bailey Jr.?
Oh no, definitely thank everybody for checking out the show. Feel free to let us know in the comment section if you was impressed with the Apple service, uh, and which service you would actually pick up on day one, Apple, Disney Plus, or would you just stay subscribed to Netflix?
Netflix is still hanging around there. You know, it'll get his mojo back.
Absolutely.
We shall see. And yeah, and then also don't forget we have they're taking over the video game industry too. So everyone.
We'll see about that. I'm not quite as convinced on that yet, but let's see what happens with the TV service first.
You're like, no, Frogger is not doing it for you. It's okay. But once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yes.